In this video, I want to show you what to do in case your Apple Watch is stuck in a boot loop. So the Apple logo appears, then it may disappear, but then it goes back again with the Apple logo and nothing is happening. You cannot get out of this. So let me show you a few different tricks. The first one that I always suggest is to check that there's no stuck button. Sometimes there's debris that goes under these buttons, and if one of these buttons is stuck, it may be pressing. So this is what is causing the boot loop. So go and press very hard both of these buttons. If you have another button on the other side, press it as well. Press it hard. Okay, scroll the crown both ways while pressing the other buttons. Make sure that there's nothing stuck over there. If this didn't work, the next trick is to press both the crown and the button right under it until you see the Apple logo appearing. So the screen will go black. Once you do this, after a few seconds, keep press. And once you see the Apple logo appearing again, release the button. Let me demonstrate. So I'm keeping both of these buttons pressed no matter what you see on the display. And okay, the screen goes black. That's perfect. Now let's wait a few more seconds. And the Apple logo should appear. Here we go. Now release, and hopefully this will kick out the boot loop and it will be able to boot up. Usually it takes a minute or two, so just be patient. Let it sit at least 2 minutes to make sure that it's not stuck anymore. Now, if this still didn't solve your issue, what I suggest is that you charge it overnight. So okay, simply attach the charger the same way you're doing it usually, but don't touch it at least 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours. There's a possibility that the battery was the issue, and by charging it fully, it will help getting out of the boot loop. At the end, after you finish charging, do the same thing I showed you while keeping the charger attached. Press both of these and wait until you see the Apple logo. Another trick that worked for many people, it's a bit strange, but it's actually to put your Apple Watch in the freezer for 20 minutes. So, okay, don't remove the band, just put it the way it is with, imagine the screen was stuck in a boot loop. Simply put it in your freezer, close the door and wait 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, take it out and press both of these buttons together the way I showed you, until you see the Apple logo appearing. If it didn't work, do it again. Put it back in your freezer for another 20 minutes. Take it out and do the same trick. For some people, it took even 3 times and then they were able to exit that boot loop. It's a bit strange. I don't know the reason, but it worked. Now let's go to the next trick. The next trick, remove your Apple Watch from your wrist and massage the screen. I know it's a bit weird again, but by pressing, there's a chance that inside of the watch, there is some connector that got detached, some ribbon connectors. And by pressing, okay, with your fingers, you won't break it, obviously. We're just trying to reconnect if something got detached. You can also put the watch in your palm of your hand after that and simply with your closed fist, tap it a few times. Do the same thing the other way. Okay, make sure you don't have any rings, anything to scratch the screen or break the watch, but giving some taps could help reconnect whatever got disconnected inside and is causing the boot loop. And finally, my last trick, if nothing worked, is to let the battery be completely depleted. All right, because obviously after a while, maybe a few hours, maybe a day or two, the watch won't have any battery left. So the screen will completely go dark. It will not be stuck in a boot loop anymore. Once the battery is completely depleted, so the screen is black, take your charger, and I suggest, if possible, find another charger. Maybe that was the issue. Find another cable and another charger. Maybe if you have a friend that can borrow you one that you know works for sure, and put the watch to charge overnight. Wait again 8 hours, 10 hours, and after that, boot up your watch by pressing both of these buttons until you see the Apple logo appearing on the display. Fortunately, this last trick worked. If you have any other solutions to this problem, leave a comment down below. I'll be very curious, and I'm sure it will help you. It will help many people that are reading the comments that are probably desperate at this point. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.